Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Raggedy Pack, or welcome to the Raggedy Pack if this is your first time. It's time to get excited because we are reacting to Season 3 of Dr. Stone. Now, Dr. Stone is something we just watched recently. In fact, in preparation for Season 3, we pretty much binge-watched the first two seasons and the special, although Igley was a lot faster to finish it than me and Kojo. We literally just squeezed in the final part of season 2 in the special today. In fact, I literally just finished the special right before this recording. It was like a buzzer beater. So, yeah, Dr. Stone, very enjoyable anime. A lot of funny moments, good action, fight scenes. I love the music in the show. And
the comedy too.
Yeah, it's well animated. The good character design. I have really nothing but compliments for it. And I had heard of Dr. Stone and knew it was popular, but I just had no idea what it would be about. But it turns out it's about one of my favorite things, which is like, you know, the Stone Age. Obviously, I think everyone here likes dinosaurs. There are no dinosaurs in this, but they're essentially cavemen. So like just being in that time where you know, civilization isn't advanced anymore and you kind of have to survive the old-fashioned way, but then you're making those advancements and like trying to skip you know, thousands, millions of years of work by these people have never seen this stuff before that live in what's the name of the village? Ishigami?
Yeah.
They've never seen it. It blows their mind every time, and it's just so cool. So I believe at the end of the special, we found a new character to add to our group, the captain. Do either of you remember his name? Was it Ryusuke? Or something like
Ryusui.
Yeah, Ryusui.
Okay.
Ryusui.
The captain. He is very self-interested. He likes to make money. He comes from a rich family.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. But he is also a hell of a captain. So we picked, the reason we got him is because the plan is to sail to the other side of the earth and figure out the origin of the beam that turned everyone to stone. As we know, Tsukasa at the end of season 2, he was dying. So our buddy, what's his name?
Senku.
Yeah. Our buddy Senku decided to freeze him until he could turn him back or turn him into stone, because the theory is if someone is petrified and you heal them with the miracle fluid, nitric acid, then all their wounds are healed. As we saw with Tsukasa's little sister at the end of season 2, which was a very touching moment. She, before like the Stone Age even happened, she was in a coma, and she woke up for that completely healed 3,700 years later. So that is pretty
insane stuff.
Yeah, that is a crazy power to have. But anyway, we need oil for our ship to sail across the globe. So we built a hot air balloon. Just insane. And we went through a cumulonimbus cloud that looked like a dragon. And
the animation on that was insane, by the way.
Yeah. So the reason we did that is because we needed to draw a new map, because Mount Fuji over the past millennia had been erupting over and over, changing the landscape of Japan, which I thought was pretty cool. So they're trying to figure out where the oil field is. And once we get that, then I think we're set to go. And I'm pretty excited to see, because I've been wondering since episode 1, like what the hell happened? Was someone in the lab cooking when that beam went off, and why?
Yeah, I mean, I think like they said it's on the opposite side of the Earth, but would that like be South? If I recall, it was like South America.
That's what I wanted to say. I think when we'd had the astronaut scene, in like the first season, I think they said it was either South America or South Africa, and I can't remember which one it is.
I think like Japan was like towards the tail end of the beam, so South Africa isn't really the opposite of Japan. I think it would be like South or Central America.
That sounds right to me.
I'd have to go rewatch that. Well, I'll have the answer at least in the next episode intro, or maybe they'll answer it here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything you want to talk about that happened in season 2 or just the overall show?
Yeah, I love how like in the fucking special they introduced capitalism just out of nowhere.
Big time. Money, I mean everything.
The economy was booming. They opened a whole department store.
Yeah.
That little special was super important. I didn't expect it to be important at all. They literally introduced probably one of the most key characters that's going to be in this season.
New main character, pretty much.
New main character, new goals. I mean, I didn't expect it. I just expected it to be like a transition into season 3 because that's what it says in the description. It's a bridge episode. That's way more than a bridge episode. That's like a entire development in that episode.
Yeah, whole little mini arc. So one other thing I want to talk about is like I don't know how soon we're gonna set sail on the seas, but in terms of the state of like the rest of the world, just given the setting of the show, I want to assume that there's other survivors or people who have managed to free themselves at this point, because otherwise it would just be very empty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could be.
Definitely on other continents, there are probably people in a similar situation. Maybe, you know, other scientists who are making leaps and bounds in technology, or maybe there's other villages who like have no idea. They're kind of like Ishigami Village and they're living, you know, in huts. They don't have any electricity, none of these advancements. So it's exciting to see, but at the same time, there might be other enemies. There might be some dangerous people. So you gotta watch out.
So it's just very, because the whole idea with Senku being freed is that he was a very rare case. It took a couple thousand, a few thousand years or a couple thousand years?
3,000 years?
3,000.
Yeah.
I think 3,600, 3,700.
Yeah. It took him a while. He was the first to come back, and then he began freeing everyone else. I don't know. I mean, if such a rare occurrence could happen so frequently on other places or on the world, maybe by other means similar to the one he was freed from, but there has to be something. It can't just be empty, is what I'm thinking.
Well, for him to get freed out of the stone, did a like bat come by and, you know, do a drive or a flyby on him?
I want to assume something like that on top of him keeping conscious in the stone. Like it just happened over time. Yeah.
Yeah, he was using a lot more energy than everyone else in that thing.
Yeah.
Could be something.
He
like
mentioned
that. I think
that
they did
down
explain in season 1,
how your body like breaks down the stone to stay alive. It eats away at it slowly.
Right. I think it was something to do with him
That's
like
true.
staying awake. He explained it in the first season, but that was so long ago.
It was.
I can't really remember it.
I mean, I think you're right on that, because if you're mentally processing things for 3,000, you're burning calories, so you're using energy. So if the stone is basically giving you energy, it would make sense for it to break down by the time for him to like in resulting him in freeing himself.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, he actually waited for the perfect season as well.
Yeah,
because he didn't want to wake up in winter and just die immediately.
He was thinking. But I think
that's nuts.
One other thing I want to talk about, like on top of like the comedy and like the action of the show, a few parts there are a few times throughout the show where things were like very sentimental, which I really loved to see. Yeah. Like especially with the character like Senku. Yeah, the scene with his birthday. That shit was nice. When he was talking to Taiju and Yuzuriha again, like for the first time in like a year.
Yep.
And then the moments before like Tsukasa was frozen again.
Yeah, that was really good too.
There's a lot of good moments, and I hope they continue to come. Just because it's like it hits, especially with a character like Senku, who is he doesn't really show a lot of emotion. He doesn't get sentimental. It's interesting to see him get broken up at times.
Yeah, I agree. So I think I told you guys my favorite character yesterday, which is Chrome. Who's your favorite character so far?
Probably Senku, just because I like I like how much like not like a sadist he is, but he every time he's thinking about stuff, he's like thinking about, I don't know what exactly to call it, but he's a bit of a sadist when it comes to thinking up plans and using people for the purposes of those plans. Yeah. And he's just a fun character to see.
I would say that Senku is definitely my favorite character, and I hate that because it's the most basic choice. So I'll add like a little spice onto it.
Okay.
The most badass character in this show to me is definitely the Archer.
Okay.
I can't remember his name, but the one who's got like insane hearing.
I think it starts with a U. His name.
Ukiyo.
There you go.
Ukiyo. Okay.
Yeah,
gotcha. Ukiyo. When he started threatening people with the dynamite arrows,
that shows up.
I need him to have those on standby at every moment.
That's busted.
Yeah. That is absolute. Giving him dynamite arrows is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like my character to watch, I guess, this season, because I think he's super cool. But Senku's definitely, I mean, how could you not love him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess besides Senku, definitely Chrome is great as well. There's a lot of good characters in the show, but that actually leads me to something I want to ask you all, since this is kind of like a recap, since this is our first time talking about like the first two seasons in a special together. But how do y'all feel about Tsukasa?
His character arc, I really like it because I liked him at first when they first freed him from the stone. He seemed like badass, like he was going to help him. And then when he breaks the first stone statue, it's like, okay, this guy is the bad guy. He's the problem. And some of the things he said, like it made sense. You know,
he kind of has a point.
If you bring everyone back, the world's going to end up the way it was, which is horrible. You know, there's going to be wars waged, countless losses, grief. But like just the way he's going about it, like I think he mentioned it at the end of season 2. He said,
playing God
is a sin, and I took that sin upon myself.
Badass line. Right.
That was crazy. But definitely towards the end, once you found out that he had like a sister that he was looking for, and like he never gave up the whole time, it kind of makes me feel for him more. And just him teaming up with Senku was really cool to see after all that time. But I'm just glad that the stone statues can be put back together, because if they were like permanently dead, he wouldn't be able to be redeemed at all. Like you murdered so many people who like did nothing. But
that shit's insane. The fact that Yuzuriha was like gluing them back together, holy fuck. When they showed that shit, that shit was crazy.
I like him though. His flashback scene when it showed him growing up as a kid and like becoming the strongest primate high schooler in the was it like MMA or boxing?
It was kind of like MMA.
Yeah, MMA. He was just kicking ass.
There was kicks in it. Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
Also, like this is like way back to the beginning where it was kind of showing Taiju and Senku's childhood, and like when Tsukasa kind of turned on them, it showed Tsukasa being part of that childhood. Like basically the idea of like if things were different, they could have been friends type deal, which I fucking love that trope so much.
Yeah. His like character turn has made me love him. Like he's like top 3 character for me now.
Yeah. And honestly, it works so well because they set him up so well. It gives the story motivation, since the idea now is one to find out the truth of what happened, and the other one is to find a way to save him, which they better fucking do. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm sure they will, but it's gonna suck if it's at the very end and then boom, we get like only a few scenes with him. I want it to happen like now. I don't know how far
rather than later.
I think the manga is finished. I don't know how far along we are, but I think. I don't know how much we have left. I don't know if we're like at the halfway point or something. That's kind of what I want to assume, or something like that. Or maybe we're not even like deep into the story yet. I don't know. But I want there to be, I want Tsukasa to be revived before like the very end. Like I don't want him to be revived like at the very end, and we have like one more episode with him. I want him to be revived much sooner.
At least for like a whole season of Tsukasa in action. Because like when the Stone War is happening, a lot of the times like you're not even seeing Tsukasa do stuff. He's just like chilling on his throne in the cave.
I think that they'll be pretty reluctant, like the writers of this, and I could be proven wrong, but I think they'll be pretty reluctant to get him back, because he is, once you get him back, I mean, you basically have no enemy that could fight you
until guns get developed.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we are like the Senku's, you know, castle of science, or whatever he says.
Kingdom of Science.
Kingdom of Science is the closest to developing guns. But I could be wrong. I mean, maybe there's another Senku out there.
Maybe.
It's a big world.
I mean, presumably someone petrified the earth. So what if he petrified himself?
That's very true, actually.
What if it was just like an innocent scientist who made an accident? He was just experimenting. That's why like all the swallows, I think that's the bird. Weeks before it happened, they were turning to stone. Or it could be someone corrupt. We don't know.
That's like the only. That's the only thing regarding the mystery we have to go on, is the fact that it affected birds first, which I don't know what that means. Well,
that and the fact that it heals people.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge like thing that they were. If it's a like scientist out there that caused this, it was definitely for that reason. That it has healing properties.
Yeah, that I think there was a point that was brought up. Like I think it was with Senku, the healing properties of it, basically alluding to that the petrification beam wasn't used as a weapon, but perhaps a way to save mankind from something that was going to happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
could be.
But that's a pretty lengthy intro.
Oh my god, we're 17 minutes. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. We had two seasons.
It's the first we're talking about this in like all sitting down together, so it's going to be a little bit
we had
long.
A lot to talk about. 2 seasons that aren't on the channel.
Yeah.
So there's more I would like to talk about, but I think we leave it for another time.
Yeah,
that's fine. But I'm ready to get into season 3 if you guys are.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, before we start reacting to season 3, if you guys are new here or if you're returning, we'd appreciate if you could drop a like, subscribe. Means a lot to us. We have a notification bell you can hit if you want to stay up to date with when we drop videos, which is just about every day of the week. We have links in the description, first and foremost, to our Discord. You can come in there, chat with us. We're always available at every time of the day, at least like one of us. We have a Patreon. You can get the full-length reaction to this episode and every other episode of everything that we watch. You do have to supply your own footage, but you can sync it up. We have a timer, so you'll be right there with us. We have links to our social media in the description as well. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok. We have funny shorts, and yeah, I think that's it. So let's get into it.
All
right.
The sea, the mountains, this village. I want it all.
Dude, you can't have our home. This place is ours.
I wonder if he's ever going to come around.
So all those people
like,
down there, they're like Chrome and Kohaku, right? Not from the 21st
I don't know.
century.
Not
like
all about himself,
I mean.
You know?
Yeah.
Probably.
A lucky handful of people. How did you break out of the stone, Senku?
I don't know all of the details, but he counted a ton. He kept the time and never lost consciousness.
I think a ton is a huge understatement.
Yeah.
He founded the
They're giving Ryusui?
Yeah, Ryusui.
Now he's trying
the
to
rundown.
save this former enemy of his.
Yeah.
That right?
Uh-huh. And there's only one way to do that. Senku is going to the source.
This
of the
dude
light.
looks so innocent, but I
The
know
other
he
side
could
of
like
the
kill
world.
everyone in the
He's
village.
starting with
I mean,
Tsukasa,
bomb
but the
arrows.
ultimate goal is
That's
to
all you
save
need.
all of humanity, if I recall.
I can't believe we're going overseas. I'm so excited.
South America, huh?
South
I always wanted
America.
to go, but never got a chance to visit back in the 21st century.
I'm glad everything went well.
It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows.
I thought Ryusui and Chrome were gonna have problems on that
Petrification beam or a
hot air
bright future
balloon.
for humanity
They were
will
fighting a little bit,
lot.
yo.
And in this stone
I thought they were
world,
gonna continue that
this
through the whole
new
season,
world,
but they made friends
I
real
want
quick.
everything.
We watched the first episode in dub together. Gojo had already seen the show at that point, but I just continued with it. I've loved the dub voices. I switched over to the subs for one episode, but I was keyed in on the dub already.
I love that Magma is fucking Ervin's voice actor, Commander Ervin from Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Just the best.
Such hospitality.
You love snapping.
My thanks to these
Dude,
beauties.
Snap is so crisp.
Don't tell me you mean us. What a charmer.
I think he's gonna come around, be a nice guy.
I think so,
We'll see.
yeah.
There's too much family aspects here for him to just be a douchebag.
Yeah.
We've had fish for every meal going on months now. Hey, Senku,
Oh, does he not like
how
seafood?
long are we gonna be staying in this
No
village
way.
How you gonna
No way.
are you gonna be an admiral but don't like fish?
We're depending on your eyesight, Kohaku. Otherwise,
Hey, look at all their tools. Compare this to season
Ground
1.
search team's pretty important
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
We can gather wood for construction.
It's Minecraft.
Yo, Minecraft?
Wait, what?
All the video game
Damn.
references in the show.
Filling out a video game map. We'll mark down key treasure spots as we go.
What? All right, this is hilarious.
Need the timber mod for this one.
This is actually getting pretty fun.
Yeah.
I bet Chrome could find some mines along the way if he looks.
But I want food! Hold on a sec.
Well, you're gonna be able to
Something's moving. A
make
herd
him
of
pay a
wild
bunch for
animals.
food when you get back.
Doesn't look like
Trust
normal
me.
birds.
Sailor's instincts.
What were those?
I didn't see
I'm
him.
not sure.
Oh, they were
Goats.
goats.
Looks like there's an old one that's
Oh,
been
mountain
separated
goat.
from the rest. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Consolation. We'll make sure none of your meat goes to waste.
Oh, they didn't have it explode into little pork chops.
That's messed up.
Oh my god, what a difference.
You gotta set it on fire first, so the meat's already cooked.
You're right. Hit it with the dynamite arrow.
That man needs flame 1 on his bow.
He does. All right, this is
Got
hilarious.
the Minecraft map, dude.
This is incredible, isn't it? It's so detailed.
Season 4,
I've
they
never
go to the
seen a map
nether.
like this before.
We may never have to watch another friend or family member starve to death again.
I think
Yeah.
he's changing.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay. We haven't had a bad fishing
Too
year
much
in a long
family
time
here.
now.
Just drop it.
Before I was born, I'm told the village was a lot bigger.
Huh, really?
Okay.
Many had died after a bad fishing year,
Damn.
including all of Turquoise's family. I'm sure it was awful.
Interesting.
All I want is to keep those beautiful women from crying.
What
Okay.
a guy.
This
The
man.
greediest man in the world gets what he wants.
Okay.
Find the seeds of life from the sky.
I don't know if you're a good guy or just pure evil. I sometimes worry about Gen,
Nah, you
too,
probably
but
can't be
Ryusui's
both.
even worse.
The guy is simply greed personified.
It's right ahead of you guys. Golden foxtail, and lots of it.
Ah.
Let's
We're
go.
back,
They got
baby.
wheat.
So we're baking then.
No more green ramen
Now,
noodles.
We're going to be cultivating our own
Yeah.
food,
Right. I forgot about that.
grown by humanity's hand. We're planning to find the source of the petrification beam. So we'll
Can
need
you
a stupid
imagine
amount of
tasting
food that'll
bread for the
last.
first time in your life?
Life changing.
I want it. How does the saying go? When life hands you wheat, you make bread or something?
Close enough.
I deadass thought he was gonna say, "Let's get this bread."
She's nuts.
Yeah.
Sfoyatella! Ha no sakala!
What are those things? Are they like special attack names?
No.
Bougie menu. Who's making
The
that?
fucking Gallic
I'm betting
gun.
It's not you.
Oh.
Look,
back here.
This is my old man.
Oh.
You don't want to put him on this duty, bro.
That's what we get for reassembling so many but reviving none.
Maybe we should wake them all up and have them do this boring work instead.
We can't just suddenly increase our numbers like that.
Mm.
We'd run out of food if we
Yep.
did.
Damn, she's
I
smart.
also can't wait on reassembling anyone.
Quit slacking off!
Uh-oh. They need to make an AC.
Here, you know.
Bro, if they make
There's
it
only
air
one, but this should
conditioning.
be pretty good for blocking out the sun.
So, oh, the hats.
Oh, dude, he's gonna rock the shit out of that.
You made a crown for our agricultural leader?
It's just supposed to be a regular hat.
Senku the Science King and Ryusui the Sailing King are both off looking for oil. We're without any guidance here. So
Oh my
who's gonna be
god.
the
He's
leader?
scheming, bro.
Should we common folk follow? Why, it's the Food King, of course.
Not
In
the
other
Food
words,
King.
Whoever's best at growing wheat.
Damn.
I see his game.
He's manipulating
But I don't
everyone.
know if
Yeah.
that's really gonna work on anyone. Actually, never mind. I can think of two people.
It's an important skill.
Yeah. Let's go. This is amazing.
Damn.
Resting is part of your job too, Taiju.
Taiju does not know the meaning of rest.
No need to worry about me, though.
He's so perfectly suited for farming. It's scary. Healy-Ray.
True. But it's more than that.
Dude, he would kill in Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
He kind of, I mean, he's Einar, really.
I just know the feeling. We're gonna make a whole mountain of food and revive the entire world. These little seeds in my hand are the key to that. Harvesting wheat and turning it into bread is only the beginning.
Make him the food king.
Yeah, honestly. Give him the hat.
Actually grew.
Holy moly.
They put some
How
bone
much
meal
time
on
has
that
time
shit.
skip?
I don't know.
Oh.
He got a green thumb.
Man, Taiju's killing it over there.
You guys planted seeds here too? I didn't even notice. Sorry.
Damn.
Yikes.
Is that
Got
bone
some
meal?
ground up seashells. You see, I happen to remember something Senku taught me way back
Wow. It is like bone meal.
when. Science behind it or anything.
I think it's calcium something.
Wash some more
yeah.
glories, grind them up.
That thing we used in science class at school. What was it called again? A litmus test strip?
Oh my god.
Okay, interesting. Magma and Yo's dirt made the test strip turn red.
I don't think he's going to know what the information
From my dirt turned
means.
a purple color.
You may not have understood the science behind what you were doing, but you neutralized your pH with calcium.
Ah, okay.
We don't know what species of wheat we're dealing with.
It's so good. It's so random that they started using Minecraft, but I love it.
That's what they're playing right now. IRL.
Yeah, you're right. Yes,
He gets the hat.
let's go.
A hat fit for
Damn.
a king.
Perfect fit.
This is a massive first step toward food security. We're starting to clear the most critical hurdle in the way of humanity's
That
future.
is huge.
Yeah.
Let's
amount
use
of-
this momentum to
amount of
take on
wheat
the
is
rest of
huge.
the world. This is exhilarating. Get excited.
Let's go.
I'm excited.
I'm excited, bro.
Let's
This
go.
is it's such a fun show, man. I love it.
It is.
Like
A little guitar solo outro.
a little rift.
They were in their bag. So that was a fun little episode to start season 3. We have wheat now.
It was.
Yeah.
That's massive.
That's huge. Yeah.
Huge amount of wheat.
Like no more hunting and gathering. They're just chilling on wheat.
They went from hunter gatherers to farmers
Yeah.
in the style of Minecraft.
That was awesome.
yeah, pretty
that was
much.
My favorite part.
I mean, next up, animal husbandry. Then they're set. Raise some chickens or goats.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's such a fun show, like you said.
Yeah. Like
I got no complaints.
The show is like the series in general is like just in. Oh, we got a post credits.
We do? Is it a preview for next episode or an actual post credit?
No, it's actual post credits. They're baking bread.
Don't expect my first batch
cheeseburger.
to be perfect. I'm far from a professional chef.
They're gonna be living so lavish on this damn boat.
First stone
It's
of
fucking
all,
burnt.
the stone world.
No!
It's fucking burnt.
Oh,
man.
try some though. Let's go. Everybody loves it.
Okay.
Let's go.
I mean, they don't know.
They don't know. Just wait.
They don't know.
Oh my god.
They need the Chef King. They need a res Gordon Ramsay.
I bet Senku and the gang are filling up on all that.
No.
Yeah.
You're gonna piss off the farm king.
Jealous, dude. This bread will kill everyone if they eat it. We need to revive a top chef.
Gordon Ramsay.
Said in stereo.
I
Yeah.
hope it's Gordon Ramsay.
I mean, to be fair, like, I'm surprised Senku isn't a good cook because, like, it's cooking is science. You're just following
Cooking
the
is
recipe.
science.
Yeah.
Especially baking.
Yeah, like you put in the right amount of ingredients, and you just he probably. I mean, fire was too hot, or he baked it for too long. I think he could figure that shit out. Trial
He
and
can
error.
figure it out. Yeah,
but he doesn't want to.
I think
They
they
better
just
off
wanted
getting
an
a chef.
excuse to add another
It's
character, which is cool.
I mean, also it's just kind of it's a little gag. So I mean, yeah, nothing. I think there were a few times throughout like the first couple seasons where there are little post credit gags and stuff.
Right.
But yeah,
That's interesting. We're gonna have to get a chef. Their characters are super likable.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, even I wasn't when watching the special. I wasn't especially sold on Ryusui. But I mean, they're gonna make me like him. I mean, this episode was going towards that.
I think this
For
whole
sure.
season he's gonna have a little paradigm shift in his attitude, a big one, because they're already first episode out, and he's already trying to feed the village under the guise of capitalism. You know,
Yeah.
Like, you have to pay me, but I'm gonna make sure that y'all are doing okay. And I think if things got bad enough, he would just start giving his stuff away for free. He just has to shake this, greedy mentality.
I mean, I think it's just built into his character. But like, he's good. He's still a decent dude.
Yeah.
Like the part where he was kind of like, I guess, thinking about like the struggle that the people had to face of not being able to, like, because they didn't grow food, they just gathered and shit. Like if they didn't get a good haul for the day, they're kind of fucked for.
Right.
If it was a bad season, like they said, it was a bad fishing season, they're just kind of gonna starve, and some people might die due to starvation or just other issues. So he showed some empathy. So good guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think he is a good guy at heart. I really do.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Gen when we first get introduced to him.
Yeah.
You think he's like a bad guy, but it turns out he's actually good, and now he's like always helping out. So I imagine it's going to be the same way. It's kind of fun when you have a character like that. They start out, on the more, I guess, bad side, for lack of a better term, and then they grow. There's growth in the character. It's not as fun if you were just to revive someone who is perfect.
Right.
I agree. But yeah, I just want to say that's what I was trying to say before I got jump scared by the fucking post-credit scene, is that the series is like super unique, especially for like a shonen manga, because traditionally, like when it comes to shonen stuff, it's all battle stuff, is all action. You might have like the occasional like more psychological show or a lot of comedies, but I feel like this show is incredibly unique in that realm. It does have, because like the show is pretty comedic at times, and it does have some semblance of action. Granted, it's not too in depth, but like the rest of the show is incredibly original and just is unique, and it's cool to see. I for something I started watching less than a month ago, this shit's pretty. I love it.
Yeah, I think that they do battles in a different way. They kind of they involve the world, at a scientific level. Like that's the main premise of the show. So it's like really, like you said, unique.
It's the few times there are action, it's not like too crazy anime. I would say it's very basic. Like in the first season, when like they had the whole little tournament, to become village chief, like the action there isn't like what you'd see in like in a battle shown in like Naruto or some other shit. It's more basic because action isn't, while there are some fight scenes in the show, it's not however like I wouldn't call this a battle shonen.
It's not the focal point. The focal point is science.
Exactly. And the way they do it is pretty sick. Like if I was like a kid reading this shit, like I would have loved it. Would have got me more interested in science as a kid. So this show is sick.
And
I mean,
awesome.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean. This would have been one of my favorite shows as a kid. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it aired as a kid when I was a kid, because I would have gotten way more into science.
I mean, like when this series came, I'm trying to see when the series was like first serialized. 2017. So that's when this series. So definitely, I mean, for people who maybe grew up on this, I don't know if this show is ever on like Toonami, but I'm sure. People. It's people, the way kids consume anime these days. It's not like us watching Toonami
now on one of the thousands of streaming services that all have a $10 per month subscription fee. It's a great time.
Or 10 month. I think $10 minimum.
I think Crunchyroll has like free tier, but it's like you have to wait a week for the episode and you have ads. Which, if you're a kid, I mean, that's fine. Yeah, it's not bad compared to watching. I'm not sure if this was ever you guys, but like watching anime on YouTube where it's like part 1 out of 5 or some shit.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But
that's rough.
Yeah. It's such a cool series, and I love it.
Yeah, we have our goal still of sailing to the other side of the globe. I think you told me yesterday, Igly, that this was going to be like a 24 or so episode season divided into 2 parts. Since if it's 24 episodes, that means it's probably going to have a slower pacing, probably like Vinland Saga at the moment, which I'm down for. So it might be a while until we actually cross the sea. But
well, we have other goals though too. Well, they got to find the oil fields and map out the place.
Yeah. I don't know.
I see what you're saying.
Do you think do you think they finally hit the seas midpoint of the season, or or towards the end of the first half?
I don't know. I think what I saw in the opening, like the visuals of the characters, they got to get across the sea, because those were definitely from a foreign land. Like
I agree.
Was crazy.
I say like maybe first 2 or 3 episodes might be set up before we actually hit the seas.
Okay, so you're thinking episode 4 or 5, they're going to sail out. I think that's a good bet, because they have to find the fields first. The oil fields. They've kind of established. I was a little worried when they brought in the farm aspect, because we just watched Vinland. And I'm not going to say that it's a fast anime, at least in the season 2 it is. Season 1, it's really fast. Season 2, it's not fast at all. It's all farming, which is cool. But I was a little worried when they brought in the farming aspect on this episode 1 that we were going to be like, oh no, we're watching farming for another 5-6 episodes. But
this was the long con.
Yeah, Vinland Saga never had the farm king, so
yeah, true.
They got that shit done in one day.
They don't have bone meal.
Yeah, true. You're right.
Granted, how long? I mean, this show is fast paced when it comes to a lot of the science stuff. Like,
yeah, you're like getting a new invention every episode, sometimes multiple. So,
I mean, like wheat. I don't know how long wheat takes to grow. I'll be honest. I'm not a farmer.
I imagine it takes months. They definitely fast forwarded. It didn't happen in.
Yeah, it did not happen overnight.
A week
or however long it was.
Wheat takes about 4 months to mature.
Yeah.
Okay. And I see something else saying 7 to 8 months. I don't know. I'm not a farmer. If you're a farmer, please comment down below. But I mean, it's fine that the science stuff is fast. I mean, it's whatever. I don't want them to spend 5 episodes growing wheat before they find oil. I mean, I expect the pacing for this season to be very similar to season 1, where like they spend a lot of time inventing to get up to like the phone at the end. But granted, I mean, like that's going to be. I just imagine. I feel like this is going to be a bit more similar in pacing to season 1, because season 2 was a little bit faster since the whole focus on that was just the Stone Wars and the fight against the Tsukasa Empire.
Right.
Yeah. But either way, I'm down for the ride, and I think it's going to be enjoyable because every episode of Dr. Stone is fun.
Oh,
it
for
really
sure.
is. And I kind of learn something new every episode too, which is
same
pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, like how to make gunpowder.
Saltpeter, yeah. Absolutely. Nitroglycerin. Whatever.
Carbon
YouTube,
fiber.
don't take this down. Okay, that was a little sus, dude. The paper armor, I don't know, whatever.
Okay.
I'm pretty ignorant to that, so they're probably I'm just dumb. I'm dumb.
We're all dumb compared to Senku.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about in regards to Dr. Stone?
That's about it for me.
Yeah, I don't think so. It wasn't too, just kind of an establishing what happened in season 2 episode. There was a big recap, Ryusui getting shown around the village and stuff and seeing their problems and all that. And I think it was a good episode. I think we'll probably start to see a lot of progress next episode.
Yeah,
I agree. All right, well, I think that about wraps it up for the first episode of season 3 of Dr. Stone. A very exciting time. So with that, I'm gonna outro us. If you guys liked the video, make sure to like, subscribe. Once again, check the description. We have links down there to our Patreon, Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, Facebook, all that. There's a lot of links down there. Just click them. And yeah, we will see you guys next time for episode 2. Until then, take care and get excited.
See ya.
Yeah.